It's still holding together, and we'll continue to do so for another couple rounds.
Okay. Indeed's just gonna would Kabar be able to like assist in pulling that rope as well?
In theory, yes.
And I think that what I would like Kabab to do.
Like realign this rope. Hala is next to you, Silas. She doesn't even say anything. She's like as quiet as the grave when she walks up. Although she does wear heavy armor, so maybe not as quiet as the grave. But she doesn't say anything. She just watches. There you go. Anything else for Deep?
I think that's it.
Very well. Silas.
You're gonna be totally surprised and wowed by what I'm about to ask. Can I do the same thing I did last turn?
Wow, roll it up, baby.
Except this time I will attempt to give, he's in the middle. I'll give, Alexander a bardic if I can.
Captain Alec Alexander.
Roll me your performance first. Oh, very good. That's pretty. Very good. Very good.
Start
Very
playing
good.
Kickstart My Heart.
You what?
Very good.
Start playing Kickstart My Heart.
So I would have made you roll to be able to pierce through, like the same like audible check.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't, because by the rules of Bard, you can only give it to a target if they can see or hear you.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely cannot see you, so he has to be able to hear you. So in order to be able to hear you, you have to be louder.
Okay.
That being said, you'll note what state number he's in right now.
Uh-huh.
At 1.
Uh-huh.
And you also guys got an at 20.
Uh-huh.
So this actually becomes a 0.
Oh, oh, oh. The storm stopped.
It does stop. He is still there. And it does look like, as the sand begins pulling back towards him. God, fuck, I don't remember what... Garth, you and I have talked about this practice so often, and I really should just remember the name. It's the Japanese practice of piecing, like, ceramics back together.
Yeah,
I know what
yeah,
you
we talk
mean.
about it all the fucking time. I can't recall though.
I have the image saved, and the image has a name, but the problem is I don't remember what the fucking it's called, so I can't look up the image because I don't know what it's called. Let's just change it to, like, Japanese ceramic and then put the name after it. That'd probably make more sense. I just look it up. Japanese gold repair.
Kintsugi.
Kitsugi.
Kintsugi, thank you. We saw some of that at Lakma.
Yeah, it
Gorgeous.
was really
Gorgeous.
fucking pretty.
He gets something like
Yeah,
that.
like
As the black sand pulls, and like in the same way, the sand pulled onto his blade and like sort of like wrapped around it. It does that to all of him now. Sans the blade. So he is basically this like, shut up. Sandstorm. Anyways, he is covered in this black sand, almost like like magnetic sand, something like that, sort of like that. But there are like cracks in it, which are like this bright light, which was not there before. This bright sunlight poking out of it in cracks in different pieces. He almost looks like a statue. But yeah, you guys are now free of the sandstorm for the time being. So go you.
Yippee!
Yippee! Why is this not...
Ariana's dry. Just dry, that's how you describe her?
Okay. As soon as you guys are immediately visible and the sandstorm seems to fade away, Kasai, Marika, and Tolus, and I guess into a certain degree Varric, would heal all of you back to full as soon as like you're clear of this, because they don't know if it's gonna activate again.
Yeah.
So
well,
while they have the opportunity to heal you, they do heal you.
And they have to heal us slightly more, because Silas did some cool shit last session.
So yeah, you guys are back to full.
Thank Christ.
So, and Alexander, you do get that Bardic.
Yippee! Was it a D8?
Mm-hmm.
Not until next level. Now it's like 10 out of 10. Hashtag 10 out of 10. All right. And I think, is there anything else you want to do for Silas?
No, because it's just my reaction.
Very well. Very well. Then Alexander, what do you do?
Let's see. So he is currently, he is more tangible looking, right? He appears to be a statue with gold seams on him.
Yeah.
Clutching the sword. Oh, clutching a sword like a knight on one knee. Do I get the feeling that if the storm kicks
Something
back
like
up?
Something like that. Why is that so small? Wait, what the fuck?
Why is it-
Wait, what the fuck? I got, like, what the
He's a tiny little guy. Is he really that big?
f-
How did I have a tough time lifting him up?
I put him in my
Why
pocket.
is that? Why is that so small? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Mm.
But yeah, kind of like that. Do I get the feeling that the storm would follow him if I moved him now?
Roll me religion.
Ooh.
Can I assist with this? Maybe? No, probably not.
Are you proficient in religion?
I am not proficient in religion. But I
Then
do have
no.
+1. No.
17.
That's a good roll.
17. It either will follow him or follow the sword. It's a bigger question of are the two now linked? That would be the bigger question because they're definitely physically held together.
Would Oriana... Oh, not my turn.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh my man! Quick, there.
I see there's a magic rope tied around the sword.
Is there?
I hope it's not linked to the sword. You know what? Real quick test of the grip. Oh, hold on. Real quick test of the grip. Is he like holding on to that thing for dear life? Is he holding on to that sucker?
That's some bitch.
Roll me insight. I would say this would probably take like a bonus action to check it.
Alright, gotcha. 15?
15.
Or 17 if you're living half good.
You would get guidance because you're invisible and not being anti-magic right now. 17. Yeah, it does look like a really tight death grip on it.
Okay. I'm going to. Oh, do I get Zol in on this? Because I see him moving up.
Absolutely you do.
Yeah, Vaso and Zol are both grabbed on the magic rope, ready to heave ho. Like the one's on the left side, one's on the right side. Ingrid is holding onto the back side of it, and again, just channeling constant divine magic through it.
Which way is Star facing?
I believe this. Yeah, this way. I believe this way.
Alright,
Yeah.
that's perfect. All right. I will take the chance to move here.
Okay.
I will put both my hands on one shoulder, and I will instruct Zol to run forward and, along with me, shove him by the shoulders, while I guess those three, maybe four, if Varric wants to get in on this, pull the rope. And then he'll instruct anyone who doesn't want to get hurt by sand to then clear away.
Can Oriana assist them as well with the pushing of the Sajar?
Or like a pull from your direction.
Yeah. This like pincer maneuver of maneuvering.
I would say it would take your reaction, but yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's gonna look really great.
Okay. Then if that's the case, see, a number of rolls are going to be made here, and no, I'm not going to roll for every single NPC touching the rope.
Just the strongest.
I will put 4 rolls in here. 1 for Zol, 1 for Alexander, 1 for Oriana, and 1 for Amber.
I like the shirt.
So the 2 of you roll me your athletics, because this is like some. Okay, you have 2 choices: strength or charisma-based athletics.
Charisma.
Strength it shall be. We're getting both ends of the scale.
Zol is
use charisma,
100%
get-
going to, use like strength.
Gotcha.
I really like
do I have-
just 25. Let's go.
Hey,
Because you know he's raging. You know our boy's
God,
raging.
why am I so bad at the athletics shit today?
This plus 6. I don't know if I get
20.
guidance, but that
You guys would all
brings
get
me
guidance.
Hey, nice. All right, so that's 20.
So that's 20. 21. All right, then allow me to roll a thing for Amber.
so you might have to
Whoop.
go off and finish playing.
Okay.
the game.
You get one reroll, Oriana.
Yes.
Dear God, don't suck horribly.
Just roll
Stop
good.
being bad at strength things. What?
Maybe you should get better strength.
So, it's too late for this argument, but she's a monk, and it lets you add your dex instead of strength to weapon attacks and stuff. But it doesn't particularly matter, because that would just make it like a +2, so make it a 12, so it doesn't matter.
Make it 6.
Does she know that Amber is trying to help her?
You know Amber is helping you, but not to help you, but to help Sajar.
Okay, fair enough. It's like, oh, thanks for trying.
She does look deflated at the help she offers. Like, bruh. So, let me just average out here. 1d20. Oh, no, not 1d. What am I saying? I've got average. So 20. What did Zol roll? He rolled a 25. Plus, you got a 21 end result, and you have a 12. Put parentheses, divide by 3. Ba-ba-boo. So 19. 19. Round down, because it's a 0.3333333. Now the question is... let me just open up Sajar's sheet here. He gets advantage, because this is +5, +4, plus... Magic weapon is +2.
Two words him.
Totally,
You could.
I will.
Just don't roll badly. I will say, because you are affecting an anti-magic-ish thing, you would roll your bardic with disadvantage, so you would take the lower of the two numbers.
Okay, so we'll roll 2d8 and take the lower one.
Yep.
But he's your friend, so even if it fails.
3.
3.
20 flat.
Really?
20 flat.
Uh,
20 flat.
Is there any way to get like that? Just fucking plus
Alec,
1?
did you use that bardic I gave you already?
Not yet, no.
I have inspiration.
Can
So to you guys need to increase your average. If you guys match 20 to 20, it's a reroll off.
Oh, right. Yeah, shit. So I can use my bardic on my...
Yeah.
You would be able to use it on this
Yeah.
one, but not the next one.
So I'll use my
Or maybe I'll
bardic
just
on-
win. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll use my bardic on my athletics.
Roll me it up.
1 plus
So that makes it 27.
27. So how much does that bring up the average?
21!
Just
Barely. Barely.
Oh.
Every little bit helps, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Holy moly! Good call. Good
Huh.
fucking call.
Very good, very good, very good. So, you all begin pulling against the equivalencies of like a marble statue, worth its weight in gold, truly. And as you guys begin pulling with this divinely enchanted rope, Lyko isn't helping, by the way, she's just watching. You guys begin pulling, and from where the rope is grasped onto wrapped around the blade, the crossguard area, it does come into contact ever so slightly with his his pinky, the bottom side of his hand and stuff like that. You guys begin pulling, and as you begin pulling, more of these golden cracks begin appearing. More and more, tug after tug. It begins fissuring out onto him and joining with the larger cracks that are already there. And as you guys do one final pull, all of the black sand that encapsulates him peels and shatters and pulls off of him and begin immediately disintegrating, fading to nothingness. And as you guys watch this spectacle happen, he does have this still ambient glow about him as all this blackness peels off of him. But you could see him breathing, you can see him moving, you can see him teetering as if he's fucking exhausted, because he totally fucking is. But you guys have your Sajarback Santa skills. And Lee just hopped on roll
Just joined the
20.
game!
Oh my god.
Such a good timing.
Fantastic
Holy
timing.
shit.
Perfect timing.
Nice to get in the
Perfect.
call.
He's on the Discord.
I was
Oh
just
my-
gonna take a break till he
Just
joins
always till he pops
Twitter
on.
or VC.
Oh, what perfection. Hello,
Holy
Fred.
fucking
Just like
shit.
that.
You
Bitch!
have actually
like that.
perfect timing.
Oh,
We got
This
him
plan
back.
from the beginning.
Yeah. Wait. I just sent him a signal right now. So I'm starting to drop you on the deep end as soon as you hop on, but it just fits narratively. You are back in the waking world, if you want to call it that. Your body feels wrecked to the fucking core. You're no longer have your iridescent scale. That sort of sucks. You do still have your Shockcore Greatsword, which you're held onto for, I guess it's up to you if it's for dear life or for necessity of defense. And there is a golden rope wrapped around the blade as you're gripped onto it. You find yourself in a kneeling position, like a knight with their knee down bent, swearing an oath, or I guess in this case breaking it, or being released of it. You have a number of your allies next to you, and a number of them look desiccated, weathered, hurt in a general regard, and in some regards, for some of them, sweating their balls off, as they're apparently tugging at the sword you're holding? You don't really know what happened. But boy, are you tired. Allow me to change the music, because I think we're quite due for it. And to give everyone a bit of breathing room, Fred in specific, let's take a 5-minute break.
Mhm.
We can align on what just happened, or didn't happen, I guess. The thing you prevented from happening.
oh boy.
So I guess, Fred, would you like to know what had been happening, or would you like to be kept in the dark as Sajar?
You know, fuck it. Keep me in the dark. I'm drunk. Let's go.
In that case, hey, what's up, bro? Glad you were able to join us.
Yeah,
Let's
hope
check.
your
Hey,
the birthday
okay.
celebration was good.
Yes, my mom was super happy, and we
Nice.
had lots of fun, and it was
Nice.
like my brothers were there, their respective partners were there,
Nice.
mom's friend was there, my grandmother was there. Lots of dinner, lots of fun, lots of
Nice.
drinks. Generally, just
Good vibe.
it's not a family gathering if nobody cries, and everybody cried.
Oh God.
He is from a family of empaths, so that makes
I was
sense.
gonna say.
Yeah,
Is
in
it
a good
cry or
way.
bad
Was
cry?
it happy cry?
Okay.
It's the good kind of cry.
Happy cries.
You know, my grandma, she wears her heart on her sleeve, and we love her.
Yeah.
That's
There
good.
was one part
Glad
in
you
the
had a good time.
middle that I need to
Yeah,
rewatch.
Lovely time. Now I got
Very
to
nice,
tell you
very
what though,
nice.
I'm Johnson the fuck out for some salty like Pringles, and I got some.
I like how you're both doing the same thing.
Oh wait, I have a sandwich I need to eat. I'll be
I
right back.
ate a whole bag of cherries, so I'm not letting myself get another snack.
We had cherries and strawberries for dessert with some cream.
Mm, very nice.
Very nice indeed. I am looking at the screen. It looks like I've been putting you through the desert.
Very
For some of them,
literally.
you have.
Back.
So this isn't
Oops.
physically hurt, but emotionally they're very
We chose
conflicted.
this.
Alright, let me just start getting rid of
Only
all
a
these
handful of
ropes.
us planned ahead. The rest of us decided just to brute force and walk into it. And the ones who planned ahead also brute force and walked into it.
I just don't have the health for it. I wouldn't be any help.
Yeah.
It sounds,
I mean,
how much health does Saus have?
Well, I don't have I shouldn't say that. I have a little bit less health than you because we were pretty close.
Yeah.
The problem wouldn't be the health. The problem is my con.
I'm good on that.
Yeah.
I
I can-
think you being outside and preventing the storm from getting worse probably did save a
100%.
life.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
I was gonna say.
Because imagine if those 2d10s each became 4d10s each. That would be
Oriana would-
crazy.
It was a
Oriana would
combo
100% be
of I
unconscious.
definitely would fail majority of the con saves, and I don't have the kind of health to afford that, as well as there are some things I could try to do from the outside.
Oof.
That's not a good roll. That's like half my health.
Ooh. Oh man, that's crazy. It's wild. It's crazy. It's wild. It's wild.
Crazy.
Interesting. Instead of doing the let's just keep him grounded until he solves his own shit eventually, you guys went for the fuck it, we ball and rescue him ourselves option.
Listen, what happened last time? We let him try and do his own shit.
Yeah, he just
He
did
came
the other side of the
back.
plan. Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
after-
Jesus,
Days of being MIA.
He came back.
with a girlfriend.
There's only so
Yeah.
many
He
times you
came
can
back closer to his goals. I don't know what the problem is. Gapagoo.
There's only so many times you can come back from that. All it takes is one time of not coming back.
That's acceptable.
You cut out so bad.
That's acceptable.
No, no,
That's acceptable.
no,
That's acceptable. Forgot to put that guy here.
nuh-uh.
Nah.
Nuh-uh. Shoves you. Throw sand in your eyes. Fucking in
All the
our,
sand went away just now.
in our
Checkmate.
Sunday game, Alex's go-to move is throwing sand in people's eyes.
It's all fun and games until he runs into something with like 30 eyes and he can't throw enough sand into all of them at the same time.
Well, granted, we're only facing other humans right now, so we're just in a tournament. So his tactic is a winning tactic.
What, you never met the 30 eyes human before?
We have so many more problems. There's something with 30 eyes in this tournament.
Last and Demidrich.
Yeah, that is.
To be fair, I don't know what monsters do and don't exist in Rokugan, so.
Fair point.
The one with the neck.
But I know that if any of them get to where we
Welcome
are,
back.
that's kind of a problem. Looking back.
Guys,
What?
good job as a team collaborating to save our Sojar.
Our
Yeah.
dumbass.
That's almost like
like
verbatim what Oriana was gonna say. She's like, "Good job, team."
Oh, we're all back.
Yes.
I
Believe so.
think so.
Yeah,
Good.
we are.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, hold on, wait. Is this gonna get? It's an Ubisoft song. We'll probably be fine.
What
Ooh.
is it? Let me look at it real quick.
It's slowed and reverbed. All right, it'll be fine.
Slowed and revert. Yeah, those are the magic words.
It'll be fine.
Ezio's family.
Slowed and
probably
reverb
fine.
though. Slowed and reverbed. It gets rounded all the time.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys managed to grab a quick few moments to regain your breaths. Let me get rid of this shit. There. Abner begins untying the rope that she wrapped around different limbs and stuff like that. Breathing heavily, checking her like skin and stuff like that. Spits out some like sand or whatever.
Good job, everybody. Good job.
I think hands on his knees. Alexander looks up from the ground and just says, "Joe, how do you feel?"
How do I feel?
Exhausted. You feel forlorn, melancholic, but freer. The weight in your heart and chest feels lighter.
I am. I am sorrows adrift on the wind. I am free.
but
I am less.
Alla crouches down. Well, I guess she doesn't crouch down. She's already your height level. She walks over to you. Welcome, brother. You are now one with the sands. I can feel this. The burden in your heart weighs heavy now. Yes. This less you feel. But in due time, you will realize. You will begin feeling true again. She holds out her hand for you to take. To lift yourself up. You take it. Begin pulling yourself up. Nah. For in the end, the sands take all. Sishar.
Yes, I suppose.
But
No. Yes.
with all the sand, there are pools of water. Bastions of shade. It is not the end of the world. It is merely a reformation. Just like you. The sand welcomes all who are willing to listen to its song. And those brave enough to weather its heat. She says this looking across, not looking at Sajar, but she also sweeps across all of you. Well done. Well done.
I need some water. Starts limping away.
Vaso just goes over and remember the hyponaural gourd? He just uncorks it and hands it over. It technically has an infinite amount right now, so
yeah,
while Lyco's here, yeah. It is the most refreshing thing you've ever had in all of your life for all the marching you've ever done. Not just having a drink of water of cool water after going through a desert. It is a magically rejuvenating water. It is amazing. Like, to put it into like real life analogy, I guess. If you ever gotten a runner's high and drinking water after running for so long, it's that times 10. It's so refreshing.
He drinks enough of it to warrant an action.
Yeah, you
bonus action. He pours him over his head. runs his hands through his now wet hair. Claps Vaso on the shoulder. Thank you. And as he turns to, without asking permission, hold out the gourd towards Oriana.
You turn around, but Zal's already gone towards Oriana, and he's giving it his water skin. Here, I think you deserve this.
I appreciate it. And just we'll fucking destroy that entire thing in like an instant.
You drink it, and it is ice cold. Something wrong?
Did you put ice in this? Why'd you put
Nope.
ice in a water skin?
How the fuck would I get ice in a what?
I thought she just hands it back. Like,
He
feel the water.
He stops. He stops. Like you hold it out to him, like, dude, it's cold water, and he's like, "Date, I did it. I made the drink fall over my mind."
Is she just
I did.
standing there holding like a water skin?
It is
Just
rapidly.
clapped to be like,
warming up?
I'm so proud of you.
Kasai does go over and like run her hand along it and just feel like how cold it is. It does. It doesn't hold the cold for long. In fairness,
But it's still ice water.
it's quickly not ice water, but it definitely maintains some level of coldness. So it's a much more drinkable after like, I don't know, 12 seconds or so.
Huh. Shrugs and just drinks it.
It is so refreshing.
Oh yeah.
It reminds you of your Scholastic days.
Yes, being completely exhausted and then having water.
You guys are lucky it didn't get to the maximum effect badness, because if you guys began doing shit in that, it actually would inflict exhaustion levels.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's like a mix between Rage of Magic and Sickening Radiance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Which is Sickening Radiance is one of the most dangerous spells in the game to any level, unless you can't be affected by exhaustion. Laps in undead. Wait, radiant damage. Runs away in undead.
I think as Alexander hands the gourd back to Vasu, he turns around and his eyes roam over you, Sajar, as he puts both his hands on his shoulders and he says, I don't know about sours on the wind, but you certainly look as free as the wind.
A strong gust flies by all of you. Those of you that are racked with sweat, it is very cooling.
What happened? He says this, and he looks at everybody gathered around him. He's just like there's confusion. There's a bit of surprise in the sense of it's almost as if he doesn't understand why there are people around him.
What happened on your end?
Oh, I saw Amber step out for a bit of fresh air, and now here I am.
Yeah, she had no context of it. Well, the only thing I saw was from upstairs. It was just a vortex of sand. And it just slowly got worse and worse and darker, and so, being the very intelligent people we are, we decided to jump in and see if you were okay. It seemed to eat magic? Or nullify it? Something like that.
And
We
that
got
the
to
center of it was
center-
you.
Me.
Did you experience any specific noise or sounds when you were in that storm? Or before storm?
I think I basically.
No. If I had to describe it, it would be disappointment.
Your disappointment?
In me, of me.
Mm.
Well, I definitely felt there was rage about, but didn't feel disappointment.
Rage is a tertiary emotion, Oriana. Oftentimes a response to the true feeling underneath the anger.
Which game do you play, by the way?
Sometimes we become angry because we protect ourselves from uncomfortable truth. Trauma in the past. Any number of things, really.
Can all of you roll me insight checks, please?
Okay.
Sorry, say that again? I'm tying up.
Roll an insight check.
God damn it, Oriana, do
Even
better
if we're
things.
not right there.
I mean, you're there.
I mean,
Hi,
I'm.
Ichabod. How's it going, Ichabod?
Amber's staying there. She's not leaving. She just wants to get distance on everyone. Deed, I would give you advantage, so do roll one more time. So, yeah, better on the 15.
I didn't say nothing.
Luckily, the number is 15, because the person in question certainly... I guess the people is in question in a certain regard.
If you want to.
As Sajar is discussing what rage is, it's a response to some other underlying truth that cannot be contended against. Properly, at least. You do see Zol's face go rather sorrowful, wistful. Same for Abigail. So have fun with those insights.
I guess I'm still a little surprised, is all.
Huh?
That
Means it is all.
Oh, is all? I was like, is it is all?
no,
It's
it's
like-
all.
It's
Yeah.
all-
Okay, gotcha.
Although it would make sense in character, but that's also happening because it's kind of funny.
You looking around, is there like a lot of aftermath, so to speak, around us?
The grass around you guys is dead, dried out, desiccated, and when you move around, step, you see it crumble into sand.
And
Just
consider it's a
like-
magical plane.
Just like your ancestor, your grandfather.
I didn't. I hoped, but a part of me didn't.
I think I was thinking about it one day.
Didn't. Fuck, this is so fucked up to even say it. I am surprised that you did this for me. I will be honest. I didn't think you would.
I'm only sorry that you didn't believe the first time. The initial times.
The fault lies not with you, but with me. I didn't feel worthy. It's not. I suppose if I really am honest with myself for a moment, it's not a matter of whether you are willing to risk yourself for the sake of others. You clearly are. You've proven that time and again.
You just didn't think you were worth the risk.
Right on the money.
Think again.
He squats down, grabs a fistful of sand, allows it to slip through his grasp between his fingers, rubs it off of his hand without touching it with the other hand. What happened exactly? You mentioned his sort of sweeping gesture. This. Why is there a rope there?
Or
Okay,
Oriana looks to
send
other
it-
people to explain because she was on the inside, does not know how the rope got there.
Zai, I guess it wouldn't be Kasai. It'd probably be Delvit. Begins explaining what happened. He would be one of the best witnesses, considering he was one of the people. He was the only one caught in the initial blast when the aura exhumed out. Delvit describes to those of you that remain staying there for the chronicle, the description of such, what happened. That you entered in, became one. Oh, my bad. You exhumed out the sandstorm, standing in it. Then eventually it turned from normal sand, pale tan color, to black sand with iridescent flickering glimmer behind it. And you yourself were lost, becoming one with all of it. He does incorporate, other people's accounts that there was some part of you, some congealment, some consolidation of your presence in there. Certainly not in as tight an array as your physical vessel right now. Just clouds of sand amidst a sandstorm. Your sword was there inside all along, as obscured as it was, and everyone made it a concerted effort to help mitigate the storm itself or jump in there to pull you out. Obviously, they're successful. the rope plays in by, helping those inside the storm navigate it, or for its final capacity, this golden rope, which is no longer golden anymore now that Ingrid has let go and stopped channeling divine energy into it. The golden rope's final purpose was to try to literally, physically, and metaphysically pull you out from your stupor. You were in your own vision world the entire time, so you can't ever exactly say if they pulled you out, or the vision just let you be pulled out, or it all was somehow planned in a grand scale sort of way. You don't know. But it is comforting to know that they did, with the powers of song and force, calm your heart and pull you out.
Once, twice, again. Do you remember what Redain wrote on the note when he disappeared?
Nods.
Choose love.
What if you can't? Or what if you are presented with a choice? Choose love. Abandon what makes you who you are. Or choose what really is who you are. I'm sorry. I refuse to choose.
As a side note, can Sajaris see where his scales used to be?
Yeah.
Okay,
they're
so
like
he knows that they're
pretty.
not there.
They're like right there. It's the spot.
I don't know
so.
if they were just like on his back and shoulders and stuff. I don't know.
They're very obvious.
I feel you may have already made that choice, to some degree at least. Just kind of gestures at where his scales used to be.
What was made for you?
I've been exceedingly selfish.
How do you mean?
I was offered the choice. Love or duty. And I said, if it is a choice between love and duty, if it is a choice between who I am, what makes me who I am, and what I live for, I cannot choose. If it is a choice between love and duty, I would rather give up my life. And I would be dead. He looks up at everybody around him. I would have been dead.
Nothing
So
wrong
thank
with
you.
doing that. You should get some rest, I think. He still has his sword, correct?
He does. That's the only bit of your arsenal you got left.
Mm-hmm.
The one that was already here.
Yeah, his knuckles are white around the hilt.
I think he kind of gestures towards it with his chin and says, at least you have a parting gift from your old employer.
Employer.
Put it lightly. Too lightly.
Let me ask you something, Alessander. The gun at your hip. He nods towards Imperator. Is there any difference between that and your other arm?
Oh, you know what? You look to where you would normally keep Imperador, and you see it's not there. If you look around for it, you see that Delva's actually holding it.
He holds onto his own death grip.
I assume he still asks that question, though, right?
Yeah.
Say it again?
Is there any difference between Imperador and your other arm?
See him press his lips together before he nods and says, "Ever since its first construction, Imperador has been nothing but a tool to get what I want."
And I feel sorry for it.
Why
You
is
should
that?
welcome it.
It's fulfilling its purpose. Is that
He just nods.
gestures toward the the greatsword?
Delvet hands over the gun to Kasai, who immediately brings it back over to you, Alexander.
Did she just like hold it out to him?
She holds it by the belt.
I think he brings his hands up, which I assume the sand has like torn away at his gloves.
Yes, it is quite frayed. Anyone that was in the storm, your equipment is not shredded, but well, I mean, it depends on how long you've been there, but yeah, quite literally sandblasted. Yeah.
I think he
Man,
kind
my
of
hook is smooth as hell.
he flexes his hands and winces a bit. He says, "My hands are a bit raw. I don't think I can manipulate the buckle too well. You mind?" He kind of like lifts his arms up a little bit.
She pulls insight on you.
Anybody
Okay,
with a
Damn, his hands
decent
messed up.
passive perception would see shame on Shajar's face when he says that.
She puts the gun back on you.
Thank you, darling.
This is not the time for deeper philosophies. I believe you all deserve some rest. Perhaps this evening's festivities are coming to a close soon. Do not worry, Sajar. I will be here in the morning.
I am not worried.
That
He-
shame. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, you go on.
That shame that was on Sajar's face. You said that sort of what gave rise to that was Alexander saying that his hands were raw.
Yes.
Then I think Alexander's making sure that his belt situated correctly. He looks at Sajar and his forehead wrinkles and he says, "Sajar, if I fell into a frozen lake, would you jump in after me?
Yeah.
Then wipe that goddamn look off your face. It's making me sick."
You guys hear, ouch!
Is that coming from Samuel?
Like,
Who the fuck you think? Yeah, who the fuck you think you're coming from? Yeah, Samuel.
alright. There is a smirk that's pulling on one side of Sajar's face, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He just nods.
He's mildly entertained.
Like, you definitely hit him where you needed to with that.
Good.
Critical hit. Double emotional damage.
He does instantly.
Emotional damage die.
Well, it'd be
Now-
10.
You said that black sand sort of like disintegrated
Yeah.
after. Okay, so we don't have like sand in our bridges or nothing like that.
No, it's all gone.
Just covered in shit.
I will have sand in places that God did not mean for sand to be.
I hate sand. It's coarse and gets everywhere.
That's it. I'm changing my name to Ailer.
What do you guys do?
Okay, Alexander will start walking back inside. Stop halfway and turn around to look at Sajar and say, "Oh, by the way," he looks down at his clothes, kind of like gestures to himself. Tomorrow, we're going shopping.
My treat.
I love that.
Yeah, I think Sajar would linger where he is until people sort of disperse. Until he's left alone. If he is left alone.
I'll just go with Lon and then they can just go off in a corner somewhere. I don't know where they would go. Hey, oh, they're over here.
Depending on what happened here. Oh, sorry, Darky, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think he would pull Zolo aside and let the jaw sink in.
Sure.
Can you send me an invite, please?
Yeah, he's definitely, compared to what you guys were hanging out and showing earlier, a bit different. You can sort of feel that he's off in a certain regard.
Yeah.
Yeah, shame you.
Can I insight Evelina?
Roll it. She's been there the whole time.
Yes, I have an invite.
As you pass by, she does have this rather, not straight face, because that makes it sound like she's being stoic. She does have this expression on her face, like wonderment. But yeah, that's all you really pick up. As you walk by her, she looks at you and smiles brightly. Fine job.
No.
He kind of does a quick tilt of the head, did okay. But he says, well, did a better job than I look. That's for damn certain.
I'm sure you'll be right as rain come morning. A proper night's rest does that.
I think as he gives her a nod and starts walking inside, he just as a parting comment, I swear if I have to see one more grain of sand.
She giggles and puts her hand up to her mouth, trying to obscure her laugh.
You fucking liar.
I don't know what you're talking about. So, people begin skittering. I think Della would follow you. He will leave Tulsa just to make sure that you're okay. He also says that because I told him to.
Mom said I had to go.
Now, desiccated sand, sand blasted. Does he have that kind of sandy feel to his skin, even if there's no actual sand? I hate that shit, so I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
To the banyo.
Leave my thoughts.
Luckily, for whatever reason, there's a shower in the downstairs bathroom in the common bathroom. I don't know.
It's if it was
Modern innovation.
Wow.
What? One small thing before Oriana left, because I thought about this. She would look to Sajar and be like, "What was the name of the meditative walk thing that you were doing when we were in Dubros?"
Oh my... Oriana, I don't think anybody could have put it any more succinctly. The meditative walk thing is called
when you
the
would intentionally
Altarax.
step... Thank you. I want to learn that. Well, in more detail
Good luck.
Would you mind trying to teach me?
Not at all, but let me preface that with I am not the teacher you're looking for. I can show you, but it is not my area of expertise to teach. If you want to learn it,
You're gonna need to find. You would need to find a stable master.
Mm-hmm. Someone far better qualified than I.
Well,
And
we can keep it
if we're going to the exchange, it is a good survival skill. You will need it.
Fair enough. We'll keep an eye out, but for the time being, I prefer... You know me better. I think it will...
I will show you what I can, Rihanna.
It's appreciated.
I will say, Sajar has no capability of giving you proficiency in it.
Oh, I fully expect not.
It is an absolutely steeped discipline. It's immensely difficult to explain to people, much less get them to learn it, which is why, Sajar, you know this. Stable masters in the exchange are the ones versed in teaching this, not only to people, but to animals.
Mm.
That makes sense.
It's so nuanced that... And the worst or better part of it is it's subjective. It changes from person to person. So, Sajar, you would be able to describe your way of doing the Dune Walk. It would not translate to anyone else except you. Maybe a twin. Maybe someone who is your soulmate. That's the only set of people that could do it. Maybe your parents. Maybe. Siblings. Blood relations.
People that are closer to you than just a stranger.
But even then, that's only putting the bare possibility on the table, not it's a likelihood.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you would have no ability to translate that to Oriana.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
Not
less...
to any effect.
It's less a means
he
of,
will
like,
show
she
how he
wants to
does it,
learn
but he... Yeah. I cannot teach her. That's very obvious.
Yeah, it's less 100% like she wants to learn this and more she wants to, like, have a reason to bond with Sajar, even if it's like, this might not be a good, like, learning opportunity. It's something to learn about him. That's mainly why she's...
Fair enough. If people are, like, scattered away, Sajar will look over in Amber's direction.
She's walking away into the darkness. You can see that she is idly, quote unquote, idly, playing with a knife, like spinning it between her hands.
I look at Tala and I say, I will be right back. I need to... He nods over in Amber's direction.
She nods. Take your time. Get some rest. But I believe, Silas, you also had something in mind for Amber, didn't you?
Yeah, I was going to say,
And
depending
you-
on what Silas witnessed or gathered from whatever went on between those two.
Nothing really. Nothing substantial, at least. So after Sajar came out of his stupor, like, Samuel was there poking fun at her and like, oh my god, I can't believe you did. Oh my god, I can't believe you're dumb enough to do it. But hey, congratulations on succeeding. She was more or less like ignoring him or giving only a couple of like monosyllabic responses. But as Delva was explaining what happened, she and Samuel were just sort of listening, catching on the details of what happened. To which she just left after it stopped being what happened as opposed to what is happening going forward. She just left at that. And Samuel didn't tease her or taunt her when she did that. He just sort of let her go. That's when he sat down and just let her go.
Okay, I think after she takes a couple steps, Silas will, take a step to follow and just say, Amber,
What?
can we talk?
A lot of that happening tonight. What's one more? She says that, getting a very solid grip on the knife that she's playing with.
Only if you promise not to kill me. Silas will try to joke and lighten things a bit.
Make me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Alright. Disadvantage. Persuasion? It's not
No
terrible,
guidance.
but
Actually, I think at that point, who's near you, Blair? No, no guidance.
that's fine. I'm not going to
Yeah,
toggle it
14.
off because I'll forget to turn it back on.
Yeah, 14. She just scoffed. The way I was raised, you aren't supposed to make promises you can't keep. Come on.